LOP, Season 4, Take 1.
Dudes, welcome to the Living Outrageously podcast. This is the show where we teach you how to stop living a boring life and start living outrageously. My name's Dave Thompson, that is Matt the freaking man Kelly, and this is the show for passionate, creative, and intelligent people who want to step up and do something great that changes the world. And today I'm super excited because Matt Kelly, it's been a long time. We are back for Season 4, brother.
We are back. Long time coming.
I know. See, for those of you who are just tuning into the show now, this is actually our 4th season of the LOP, Matt Kelly.
It's been a long time. There's like 80 hours of video content of LOP fluttering around the internet somewhere right now.
I know, and I bet those people, the viewers out there, are wondering, why the gap? Where did you guys go?
It's been like 6 months.
It's been about 6 months, and maybe we should fill them in on that and then get down to the crux of what this season's going to be about.
I think that's a good idea.
Awesome.
Great idea.
Awesome. So why did we have the break, Matt Kelly?
So here's...
Yeah.
But let's talk about where we've been, right?
Yes,
So when we started the LOP, we came in with a very specific purpose, right? We knew what we were trying to do. We knew that we both had insights that were interesting, unique, different, and we wanted to share them, right? And we did that. And we did that a lot, right? We shared it every single week, religiously. We would, connect up the Skype with our horrible internet connections, and quality's a bit better now than what it was then, right? But we would get on with chat, and people were very receptive to that, and we built a great community, and it was really exciting for us. And since then, we've both done different things, right? Like you've invested heavily into your learning, and
we've gone off and done our own outrageous things. Like you went to San Francisco and got involved with one of the greatest tech incubators in the world. Right. Which I personally know he hustled his brains out to make that happen.
Yeah.
Like that's a huge achievement.
Right. That was the most insane experience of my life to date in terms of like putting yourself into an environment that you are not comfortable in and then hustling to make it work. It was amazing experience.
And at the same time, Matt Kelly, I've taken myself to Melbourne, Australia. And let me tell you, I ain't going there for the weather, right?
That's right. That's exactly right, yeah.
Yeah, and so I've been working with clients in their lives and in their businesses. But Matt Kelly, the reason we started the LOP in the first place was because we were on a mission to beat mediocrity.
That is the most precise way of putting it. Because we knew that when you live a mediocre life, that's a boring life. And the LOP was all about stop living a boring life.
That's why we had that ridiculous chop.
That's right.
Right?
That's right.
But it's very true because so many times the status quo just keeps things at this even keel, and it's like you're not really experiencing the lows of life, but not really the highs either. It's right through the middle, and I don't think that's what people want these days.
It's really not. I think it's about like let's talk about ideal life, right?
Yes.
Why are you living the mediocre life, or even the highs and lows, right? Like why not just create the entire life that you want? And the crazy thing is, we know it's possible because we're doing it.
We've both done it.
We're doing it,
right?
So
I don't know if people can see the view out the back of this place.
We'll cut to view right now.
It's like a gateway to the heavens here, Matt
Right,
Kelly.
right.
Yeah, but this is the thing: is there's the problem that we were solving back then has not gone away.
No, it has not.
There's no more leaders than when we left. Well, there's a few, the people that we influenced, certainly.
Right.
We reached 70,000 viewers over in the first 3 seasons. But the fact still remains that people want 3 things, Matt Kelly.
Right.
They want time freedom.
Yes.
Right? So they can spend time doing things that are meaningful to them. Spending time with their family.
Yes.
Spending time, investing time in pursuits that are meaningful to them.
Right.
Right? They want the money to be able to do that.
Totally. Which is required, right? You can't do it without that.
Money's a tool.
Right, exactly.
Yeah? But more than that, they want to be attached to a cause. A cause that's greater than them. Something that gets them up in the morning and is like, you know what? This is bigger than me. I'm not just worried about myself. I'm getting up to share my knowledge because Joe in South Carolina or Jenny in Phoenix, Arizona or Bobby in Caloundra, Queensland needs my help and I'm going to help him today.
Right. It's the funny thing here is it used to be all about money, right? It was like, sweet, when I make money, my life will be great, right? I'll have this financial freedom and everything will be great. Guess what? Those people who just focused on the money, what hours were they working?
Well, they ran out of time.
Totally. They couldn't, they literally had no time. And guess what? The bank account's this big, the time's this big, the money doesn't get spent. Or if it does get spent, it gets spent on the wrong things.
It gets spent in stuff that traps them
Totally.
into that rat race.
Totally.
And that's where Robert Kiyosaki and his concept of the rat race and escaping the rat race comes from.
Totally.
You know, that's why passive income is probably the hottest word on the planet these days.
It definitely is.
You know, you could pick up this marker pen and say, hey guys, this is passive income. People will be all over it
Buy
like
now.
a rash.
How do I buy that now? Yeah.
Yeah, but ultimately I believe it's because what they're after is an experience of life that no one else can give them, that they can't get anywhere else. And how you get that is by time freedom, money freedom, and by being attached to a cause bigger than you.
I feel like we're going to talk about that for a second. The cause bigger than you, because the interesting thing there is, like, I have all the money in the world and all the time in the world, but guess what? Even the most wealthy, most influential people in the world will say money doesn't buy you happiness. And you know why that is? Because if you're not spending your time and your money in the places that you actually truly care about and you believe are important, then it's time wasted and it's money wasted. And that's where knowing what that core is, knowing what you're really, really shooting for in terms of your influence in the world and where you can actually put your stamp and say, that's what I care about most, is of paramount importance.
And I think that's another concept that we believe in here at the Living Outrageously podcast, is that everyone was put here with a unique talent that can help someone else. So if you're not using that talent and sharing that talent, then we actually believe you're doing a disservice to a lot of people out there.
Add your value in the universe.
Add your value. You've heard Matt Kelly say it so many times.
Right.
Add value, add value, add value, add value. He's like hawking pizzas on the corner with his like wobble board.
Yeah, spinning it.
He's spinning it.
Yeah.
But it says add value the whole time.
Yeah.
That's the name of the game, and that's why we're here. Because we couldn't go a day longer holding on to the stuff that we know. You know, after your experiences in San Fran, you know, you're mentored by Michael Birch, the billionaire.
Right, exactly.
Billionaire. Like, that's priceless stuff.
Literally billionaire. And not born into money, like as in made it by building an asset and then selling it. That was an unbelievable experience.
There you go. And so you've got that experience. I've invested over $100,000 in my education.
Look at the time that you've spent learning. It's unbelievable.
Man, you know what they used to say to me when I went to law school, Matt Kelly? They used to say to me, you're going to be a successful lawyer only if you're reading a high court case with your cornflakes in the morning. I never did that.
No.
I just didn't dig it.
Right.
But psychology of success, business success, life success, how to transform things in a moment, I'm all over it.
Well, I know that you're listening to Tony Robbins while you're eating your breakfast.
Non-stop.
Right.
Literally non-stop. On the car on the way here, on the car on the way home. I've got 50 books on. That's the life.
Yep.
And you know what? That's playing out in results now. Clients doubling their sales in 8 weeks.
Yep.
People letting go of stuff that have held them back for years. You know, guys making from $0 to $1 million in 12 months.
Amazing.
Right? That's the magic touch. And it must be shared.
It has to be shared.
And that's why we're combining now.
Yeah.
Because what we believe is that this show must become a movement for leaders around the world.
Yeah. And this is something that, like, no one party does this on their own, right? That's why this has to exist. Because I know there's plenty of people that watched the podcast previously that took it all to heart and went and implemented and actually have built real success in themselves. That's amazing. But those people need their tribe, right? That's why, and like we need our tribe because us on our own can't make it happen. We need to all come together. And the podcast is a great vehicle for that. It really is.
It's brilliant, and maybe we should just talk about for a second why the podcast had the break back then. Because while it was free for you guys to watch, it wasn't free for us to produce. You know. All the education costs, you know, you've got 150 megs down or something,
right.
fiber optic cable into this like paradise to the heavens apartment here, right? That ain't cheap.
No.
You know, Gustav, the assistant,
right?
He costs money,
right. There's always going to be a cost. Like I looked at it two ways.
Yeah.
One was financial cost, and one was opportunity cost, right?
Yeah.
And the reality is, when you spend your time doing anything, both of those are implicated by that. And there was always a cost. Like for me, it was always am I willing to put my time here? Yes, I am, because I care about it. But I'll tell you what, it gets to a point where you've got to weigh up the pros and cons, and that's why I'm so glad we're back. Because we do need to do this.
Because back then, the infrastructure didn't exist for lovers of the show to show their support.
Totally.
In a monetary way. It didn't exist, right? But now it does.
It totally does, right? Like previously, you hear about it, you go subscribe, awesome, we love that. And guess what? You'll still be able to do that. That's always going to be the case. But the coolest thing is, like, when someone hands you their wares, the best way to show that you care about it or that it's meaningful to you is to be able to return something. And that's why I'm excited about this, because you can like provide back to us like a referral to a friend and say you would love the LOP. Or you might send us an email and go, hey, here's some material you guys might like to talk about. Love that. Or you might say, hey guys, that was super influential to me and I know you guys have costs. Here, take this. It should help you on your way. That's where this matters.
Because now what we're facilitating is the exchange of energy, and the platform of Patreon, which we're going to talk about more later, is allowing us to facilitate that. So content creators on Patreon can have an audience and really care for the audience. Because that's something that's so important to us, so important to our culture in the LOP, is to really care. It's a big part of how we ride.
Yes.
Is give a shit, and we'll talk about that in a second.
We will indeed.
Right?
We will indeed.
So now with this, where you can actually contribute in a monetary way, we can give you the support and bring you even closer and do more things for you. Like the previously called the Samurai Lounge, now the Lounge.
Right.
Unbelievable what's planned for that.
Unbelievable. Members of the lounge, hold on to your seats. Things are about to get epic.
No, you can't join now unless you're a supporter of the show.
No, that's true. Existing members, hold on to your seats.
Existing members, hold on. You can't join unless you decide, you know what? I'm on this bus.
Right.
I dig what these guys are doing. I like how they ride. I like where that bus is going. I like their mission. Dave Thompson has a cool beard and Matt Kelly's funny as hell. We're doing this.
Fair. Love it. I love it. Let's do some tea. I feel like we need some tea.
Yes, let's have some tea.
Let's do a freestyle break here.
Okay.
Cheers.
Cheers.
All right. Oh. So for the people at home, this is green rose tea in a very traditional, served in a very traditional Japanese form. So exciting times.
Matt Kelly, you always make a great tea. And that's one of the things I love about the LOP is the tea.
Dude, it's funny how the tea really rode that wave, didn't it?
Man, you know something? 90% plus of my clients now dig tea. I give them tea for gifts.
Right. I mean, I like it. I feel like it's a meaningful gift.
We meet in hotels and go for tea. In the tea room.
Something to be said for that is
it's like double your sales and have tea.
Right.
Like
who's going to say no to that? Of course they're going to go and do that. No, I love it. There's actually great tea. For anyone at home. So I think I've said this tip multiple times. This is the bonus quick tip of the week. Green tea, 80 degrees Celsius. Do not pour boiling water in it. It will burn.
80
only.
Got it? Good. All right,
let's keep going.
Matt Kelly, the vision for where this is going.
Yeah.
This must be a movement.
Must be. It cannot succeed if it isn't.
It must be worldwide.
Agreed.
And the mission is to inspire leaders in every community around the world to step up, do something great that changes the world.
That is a very concise way of putting it.
That's it.
I totally agree.
And in doing so, that will give them time freedom, money freedom, and attachment to a cause greater than themselves. You find me a person who has time freedom, money freedom, and is attached to a cause, and you tell me they're not fulfilled.
It's that last one, isn't it? It really is. It's the cause. It's the
cause.
Because that's where the emotion triggers, right? It's like, I can earn a lot of money. Yeah, you can win money, right? You can rob a bank and get money. Money's actually the easiest one to get. Then there's time, right? With my time, I can do anything. So time is crucial. But both those things, you're not rich with that because the experience isn't there yet. It all comes down to that cause. Being able to attach yourself to something more meaningful than you.
That's right. Because at the end of the day, when you're long gone, you want to be able to look back and your kids to be able to go, hey, guess what? Matt the freaking Kelly is still on the YouTubes.
Yeah.
He's still on the wall.
Right.
Right? And that crazy stuff that he'd said about tea and how to live life and run a business, that's still going around now and adding value to people now.
Totally.
I'd die a happy man.
Dude, agreed. Totally agree.
Totally agree. All right, awesome. Well, we're making great pace today, Matt Kelly, on this podcast. What I'd like to do, I think, it's so important when you're building a movement and really stepping into that inspirational leadership role to decide how you want to ride.
Right. I love this.
Yeah, because you could just ride like everyone else.
Yep.
Status quo, boring, very flat energy.
Yep.
What are the standards? Well, you know, the standards are high when the boss is there, but when the boss ain't there, it's like, you know, people are whipping each other by the photocopier.
Right.
Right.
Which is funny.
But
not good all the time.
But it's not producing result
No.
if done in excess. So I think it's really important to know how to ride. And also, if you've watched this far and you're still deciding, am I going to opt into this bus? Do I like these guys? Do I subscribe to their model of the world? Is where they're going where I want to be?
Yeah.
I think this next section is really important for you because, you know, whatever. If you don't like how we ride, don't join the bus.
This is the same reason why when Gary Vaynerchuk gets up on stage, in his first sentence, I guarantee you, he will say the word, I'm going to say it, fuck. He will say that word in the first sentence. And here's why he says it. He's very clear about this. And I actually love this. What he says is, if you are offended by that word or you tune out because of that word, then you're too surface level, right? And you're not going to come deep with me, right? You're not interested. You've already lost me, right? So I would rather you be turned off and leave the room immediately than follow me aimlessly and end up hating it anyway, right? And we'll never work together because there's no synergy. So that's where, this is where the how we ride thing is so interesting to me, because what it says is, if we're on the same path and you like what we're doing, I can almost bet we're going to like what you're doing. So let's ride together. Versus if you say, guys, you're crazy, you're loud, you're obnoxious, we don't like it. That's cool. Go do your thing.
Go someone that's quiet.
And there's no problem with that.
Whatever.
I'd encourage that. Find the right person for you. So that's where this is cool. Let's talk about it. I love it.
Yeah, cool. And, you know, so many companies around the world who are jumping on this train of inspirational leadership and developing a values-based culture, they're the ones experiencing success.
Yes.
Right? Think of Zappos.
Totally.
And the culture that Tony Hsieh's rocking out there.
That's like the ultimate empowerment in his organization. It's like, what's that? You're a call center person? Okay, I want you to spend as much time as you like on the phone to a customer.
Yeah.
That's unheard of. But guess what? Blowing up big time for that business. They're amazing.
Changing the game. Let's share how we ride, Matt Kelly.
Let's
It
do
comes down to 5 principles. Number 1, you probably guessed it already, loud and proud.
Loud and proud.
Loud and proud.
If you are still watching now, I think you're probably going to agree that this is just our way, and we're never ever going to get away from the loud and proud. It reminds me of when I was speaking at a conference, and like in typical us form, got on stage. I was yelling, I was ranting, it was exciting. I was like in the zone, and at the break, lady comes up to me and says, Matt, you got to slow down, calm down.
She was another speaker.
Totally.
So
very professional, very experienced.
Yes,
yeah, and she was like, Matt, you got to slow down. You're giving me heart palpitations, right? and I was like, oh man, I'm like so sorry. Like, in the second half, I'll slow right down for you. And this really old guy comes up and he goes, Matt, I would much rather you be loud and excited than be standing up there and be boring and reading off a script. So for me, it was like, right, like I'm just going to be me. The ones who care will opt in. The ones who won't. So we will always be loud and proud.
There's nothing more that needs to be said.
Agreed.
You know, if any of the rugby guys, because I've coached high school rugby for many years now, they'll see me on the sideline when someone's running down the side. Just, yeah, baby, yeah.
Yeah.
Loud and proud.
Yeah.
It's the only way to go.
Yeah.
All right. Number 2, Matt Kelly. Matt Kelly. See, that's the thing as well. We're about to get to that. Take yourself lightly. But the second point of culture here at the LOP is you got to give a shit, man.
Just care.
Just care.
Yeah.
Right? Actually make a personal connection.
Yeah.
Right? The world is becoming increasingly it's becoming connected but disconnected.
Yes.
With the networks of various Facebook technologies and social technologies, we're being able to connect to anyone, but how much where's the context in that? Mm-hmm. Yeah? So that's the difference between us and someone else. Someone else doesn't give a shit. Right? Or they only give a shit when it's convenient to them.
Yes. Yes.
The standard at the LOP is you give a shit always.
Always. Like, if you're going to do anything, like, this is you want to, do it well. It's all that stuff, right? It's so simple. Like, just care about who you are and what you do, and the results will always speak for themselves. But for me, caring is, the most paramount, the most important part of everything that I do. And I think that's look at the LOP's core. It's always been about giving a shit. It's always been about caring about
Always.
Always.
Always. I think I had a potential client email and he's like, Dave, I'm looking at doing some coaching with some other organisation. Why should I go with you? I'm like, great question, because I give a shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Period.
And guess what? Guess what? Behind the scenes, basically what Dave's done is he said, if you give a shit, then you will like that. If you don't give a shit and you're just doing this because you can, you may well go with the other person. That's fine with me.
Yeah.
Because we're not aligned.
Yeah. Because if you want an intimate connection with people that would actually, you know what, you've spent the last so long in the States, and you've caught up with our viewers.
Yeah, yeah.
Like what? You went in a helicopter with one of them.
Yeah,
You've been
yeah.
to one of them's university.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
I was skiing with Pryor.
skiing with Pryor.
Yeah, yeah.
And he even gave you coconut water.
He did.
I think that was meant for you to bring home to me.
It may have been. I apologise. I drank it on the spot. He also gave me tea, by the way.
But we've got Connor Hastings. Right, one of the earliest viewers of the show, cares so much about the show. He's outrageous. He didn't know what he was going to do. Became a t-shirt designer,
making amazing t-shirts.
And he sends me t-shirts, Matt
Yeah,
Kelly.
yeah.
He emails. He's like, Dave, where you living now? What's your address?
Yeah.
I've got a shirt.
Would you like black or white?
Yeah,
black.
Yeah. That's because they care.
Yeah.
But you know what? That's because we care. If we didn't care at that level, they wouldn't either.
Yeah, I agree.
Second point of culture, give a shit always. All right. Third point of culture, Matt Kelly, add value first.
Dude, just add value. Always add value. Do more than you need to do every single day.
Because the contrast to that is, and this is what I see so many times when clients come to me with a problem in their life or in their business, and I just listen to their language. You can pick it up almost straight away. I'm like, dude, there's in life you can give or you can get.
Yeah.
And at the moment you're looking around, sitting here going, who's going to give me something?
Right. How can I get more?
How can I go to South by and get hooked up with the people who are hip, who are down?
Yeah.
How can I go to the sickest parties?
Yeah.
Right? How can I get a company to give me a contract? Right? How can I get this passive income?
Yeah. Wrong attitude.
Shift the thinking.
Always.
Shift the thinking. What can I give first?
Yeah. Yeah. And you know what? What can I give without any expectation of receiving?
And that's the huge thing.
Yeah.
Because the other thing that people do is they have this martyr pattern where it's like,
Right.
you know what, Matt Kelly, I'm going to give you this, it looks like a pen, but it was actually passive income, remember?
Right.
I'm going to give you this.
Are you giving this because you've been asking for those South by tickets?
Yes.
Oh, that's why you're giving me this.
I'm not consciously telling you that.
Right.
But there's there's an understanding.
I'm feeling
here.
the vibe.
Yeah.
I'm feeling the vibe. Because now I owe you, right?
Yeah.
I don't
Feel the ugliness of that. It's it's like...
It's a bit awkward.
It's whoring.
Yeah.
If that's what you're doing, you're whoring.
Yeah. It's true. Listen, you've heard this 1,000 times. Add value first. You don't be the guy that everyone goes, oh yeah. He'll take. He'll always take. We see this in business constantly, especially in, we're in a small town right now, really, in terms of global standards, right? And, word gets around. Don't be the rep or the owner or the whatever that's all about taking whatever they can and not adding value back or not adding value first. Just add value and add your value. Give what you can give.
Yeah.
I don't know.
If you can help one person, help one person.
Yeah.
Sneak up on the success. Give the one value first. That's culture point number 3.
Number 4?
Culture point number 4.
Yeah.
Matt the freaking Kelly, take yourself lightly.
Lightly, not seriously. Lightly. do not have that illness of serial seriousness.
The terminal seriousness that could lead to spontaneous combustion. You see the people that are terminally serious, they come out between 8 and 9 every day and they've, got the paper under their thing and they're serious and it's like, got to get to work and got to have my coffee at 8:15 and then got to have a croissant and then got to go to the water cooler and talk to Janie and it's got to be very serious conversation and, oh no, the printer's run out of ink and
Yeah.
It's like, loosen up, man.
Your life is too short and we talk about your time, right? The most valuable asset you have, do you really want to be burning yourself, being too serious? When you're lying in your grave, do you want the person to be standing at your funeral and be like, Matt was a really, really nice, serious guy? Is that what you want them to say? Let's talk about legacy for a minute.
Yeah.
What do you want?
Yeah. Well, I guess if you could be known for being the most serious person on the planet.
But you're probably not, because that's serious at the top of the game,
So
right?
I feel like we're almost talking like, this is almost like mind, body, spirit now, because if you're being serious, you're always in your head and thinking
Yeah.
a lot, and that's where I get a lot of clients who say, Dave, I just can't turn my mind off.
Yeah.
And it's just running all the time. It's
Yeah.
like, yeah, well, dude, like, you're putting so much pressure on yourself. It's so serious. It's
Calm
like, oh my
down.
God, I can't make a mistake. Because what happens when
Yeah.
you're serious is you can't make a mistake. And that's why on this show, we deliberately go, you know what? Fuck it.
Yeah.
I'm going to hit you in the arm.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
I'm going to sell you a pen and call it passive income.
Right. There's a reason why this is one take with no edits.
Yeah.
Right? Because we don't care. We know we're going to say stuff that's smart, and we know that we're going to stuff stuff up sometimes. But that's the nature of not taking yourself too seriously. Because the reality is, if we did, it would probably be a very boring show anyway.
Oh, but how long would it take to script? Way too long.
The podcast couldn't exist.
It couldn't exist.
Yeah.
So much better to speak from the heart, and that's what people connect with.
Yeah.
Is they connect with the heartfelt, not so much the head. That's what we're
Agreed.
about. Take
Agreed.
yourself lightly.
Number 5, Dave.
Number five.
I love this because this is all about disruption.
We dig, this podcast digs disruption.
And this is about shaking things up, doing things a little bit differently. I love it.
It's flipping it on its head, because here's what you can do. On the one hand, you can do things better.
Yeah.
If you're dead broke and you save $14 on gas a week because you found someone that can give you a lift, there's $14. Is that going to make your life, is that going to transform your life? Probably not, right?
Yeah, probably not.
It'll make it better, but it's not going to disrupt it so that you have a radical transformation.
Right.
And I think that's what people are wanting these days, is a radical transformation from their stuckness, from their mediocrity,
Yeah.
to their, I'm a slave to my work and to the rat race.
Yeah.
I need something radical.
Yes.
I need to break through now
Yes.
to a completely new paradigm. I need to create a new reality for myself.
Totally.
And clipping coupons is not going to do it for me.
It's really not. It's really not. Like, it's like there are times for incremental improvement.
There are.
There are times for it. But guess what? When you've got to make fundamental changes in your life, changing the direction that you drive to work, sorry, it's probably not going to cut it.
It'll give you like a tiny kick of variety for the minute.
Yeah.
Right.
And guess what? An hour into work, you will have forgotten about that. It's like, sometimes you've got to make a big change. And I mean, we look at like this in business as well, right? I love disruption in business. We talk about it in technology all the time.
It's like Silicon Valley's middle name, isn't
Right,
it?
it totally is.
Silicon Disruption Valley.
Totally.
Yeah.
Because here's what happens, right? Companies are focused on disruption. Great, love that. Like important, crucial, and everything. So that's exciting. But it's not even that. It's about, like, we look at startups. We look at, like, I'm starting with zero product, and I know that in 3 months I have to have a product that goes to market, right? Now, I can build the first generation of the product, and then I can, like, test a bit and iterate a bit, and then test a bit and iterate a bit, and test a bit. And then, but you learn so much, right? And so rarely are people willing to go, oh, well, I know this, and this as a result of my learnings, okay? Now I have to make a big shift. People don't like big shifts. They often will avoid doing a big shift, and they'll go, I've got to learn some more. I've got to learn some more. I've got to learn some more. Sometimes it's the right time just to flip it on its head and go, okay, we know as much as we need to know. Let's run in a different direction.
What if we stopped playing this game and started playing this game?
Yeah.
What if we didn't play a game at all?
Yeah.
These are the questions when we begin to find the answers that are on the outside of our periphery, and this is where the game changes. That's where Airbnb comes from.
Yeah.
That's where Uber comes from.
Yeah.
That's where Zappos is thinking.
Yeah.
The companies that are doing great things to change the world, and
Yeah.
in fact the individuals who are driving that, this is how they're thinking.
Yeah.
This is the model for how they're thinking.
Yeah. 100%.
And you guys are getting it now. How cool is that, Matt Kelly?
It's pretty freaking cool.
For all of time.
Yeah.
It's going on the YouTubes.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Literally forever. For as long as YouTube is live, this will exist.
I love that.
Yeah.
Cheers to that, Matt Kelly.
Cheers.
That's the 5 points of culture here at the LOP. This is how we ride. Loud and proud, give a shit, add value first, take yourself lightly, and dig disruption.
Yeah.
Man.
Simple. And if you agree with those things, if you believe that those things are important, if that is how you ride, then I think you're going to get along with us just fine.
Welcome and join us. We'll be sharing more with you in just a moment about how you can actually get involved with our inner circle community in the lounge and support the show and become part of this movement worldwide of leaders who are inspiring their communities, stepping up, doing great things and changing the world. Matt Kelly, I'm freaking excited.
I am too. It's like a good moment.
This has been, appreciation.
Yeah.
You know, appreciation for the moment right now. This is the beginning of something great. Well, it's the rebirth. It's the reignition.
Yeah. Yeah. Agreed.
Ooh! All right.
Do we need another tea break? I'm going to top up.
I think we need another tea break.
All
I
right.
trust everyone at home is enjoying this, Matt Kelly.
I hope so. It'd be disappointing to know that we missed the mark completely, wouldn't it?
Well,
I feel like this is pretty good.
let's face it. It could have happened.
We're putting it all on the line.
We are putting it on the line, but that's loud and proud.
Mate, that's disruption.
Sometimes you miss.
Yeah.
You know, has Harrison Ford done a shit movie? Hell yeah.
That's true.
You know.
Even Will Smith's done shit movies.
Yeah, I know.
Like, it happens. It happens. Fair.
You know, Ellen announced that she was lesbian and didn't get a job for 3 years.
Yeah. But look at her now. Crushing it.
There we go. All right, what does inspirational leadership mean to you, Matt Kelly? What is it? What is it?
What is it? So I'll tell you what's cool about inspirational leadership. Inspirational leadership isn't about standing on a stage and yelling. It's not about like being in front of the army of people with your sword and like leading the team into battle.
It could be that, but it's not always.
It could be, but it doesn't have to be, and that's what I love. Because inspirational leadership for me isn't about, it's not, don't forget the word leadership, forget the conventional term, right? It's not about being the big dog CEO, it's about being the leader in your own life to start with.
Oh, for sure.
Right? Like that's the most important part. It's like, I'm in control, I know I'm in control, I'm accepting that I'm in control, and I'm going to do the shit that I want to do. But then it's also, let's take it a step further from there, it's also like, go back to add value. Like, if I'm an inspirational leader and I know that like I'm good at this or good at that, or I know how to build a community on Facebook, if I'm not sharing that with people, i.e. being a leader, right, then I'm like not adding value.
No.
So inspirational leadership is actually this whole gamut of like you adding your value to the world, really.
I love it. I love it. And I think that hits on a key point. You've got to give what your talent is. And so many people, the thing about leadership is you got to find what that talent is. I believe that everyone is born with this talent. It's just most of us go to conventional modern Western schools where there's only one type of smarts. And then so dude who's very kinesthetic but is getting taught in an auditory and visual way grows up thinking that he's a dumbass because he's not doing well on his English, when in fact you get him to go make a surfboard and he's the world's greatest surfboard maker. Right? So it's about finding your unique talent, your unique strength, and the thing that you were put here to do. And then going and doing that. Because while Matt Kelly and I are loud and proud here, there's a lot of like, you know, we can do the detail, but are we geniuses at the detail? In some respects. But are there other people who dig the detail, who just love it, who be like, man, give me this HTML5, I'll plug me in, away I go. Are there people that are like that? Abso-freaking-lutely.
Yeah, 100%.
It takes all types to make this world go round. Inspirational leadership means doing what you can do to lead yourself and your community. And that's what we want to promote here.
Boom. I love it. I love it.
How do we do this? Right? Because at the moment, we're talking big concepts.
We are.
Right?
We are.
What we're really talking about is a model for thinking.
Yeah.
Because people need to know how to think about their problems. Yeah?
Yep.
The clients that I work with, some of them have had tremendously, what most people would consider to be horrific, some of them, right? Not all. Some have had horrific things happen to them in the past.
Sure.
All types of terrible family upbringings. Bad things have happened to them. But it's the way that we think about the setbacks that creates our future. Are you going to look at what's happened to you and go, well, you know what? I can't do that great thing because something back there is pulling me back? Or are you going to go, you know what? I'm going to learn from that. I'm bigger than that. I'm better than that. I'm going to go this way. It's the model of thinking when faced with a problem. We're going to share that with you right now, Matt Kelly.
I love it. Let's do it.
Let's do it. ESIP.
ESIP.
I feel like we should draw this.
Let's draw it.
Should
Sweet. We're getting visual.
We've got, well, this is called a visual art diary.
Dude, I love it.
And I have a passive income pen.
Let's
We're writing with the passive income pen.
Let's do some visual art.
Man, we should make that a product on the LOP store.
The passive income pen.
The passive income pen. So when you go to Doodle or do your sums or do your whatever it is.
I actually like that. We could do that.
It's the passive income pen.
I think that can be created.
That's fantastic. All right.
ESIP. Let's do it.
All right. Cool. Implement.
Yep.
And people.
This is exciting. Dave actually used this with me today as we were chatting through like one of my experiences last week. We'll talk about it.
Yeah,
but,
cool.
But it was really cool to go through this process.
This is what we've got. Okay, so you might be familiar with above the line and below the line thinking, right? So Matt Kelly, he's showing you above the line there. That's structure and environment. And then below the line is implement and people. Now, let's talk about this to start with. How many times have you walked into a company or been with people and they're stressing out? Isn't stress a common thing in today's society?
It's, dude, daily. Every time you see people, you see stress.
And what do they say? I've got so much to do.
I'm so busy.
Oh, I'm flat out, man. I'm flat out. I've got 50,000 emails.
Yeah.
I've got to go to this. I've got to go to this. Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Oh, and you can see the stress on their face.
Yeah.
I'll tell you where they're stuck, Matt Kelly. Implement. They're doing. That's the starting point of their thinking.
Yeah, yeah.
What they're asking questions, right? What do I have to do? They're coming to guys like you know, with your social media agency, digital media agency, and saying, Matt Kelly, I have this business. What do I need to do on Facebook?
Right.
And
This,
it's like-
this literally happened to me last week. Started a brand new business. We're doing really well, and I met with a prospect client, and their question was, Matt Kelly, how do I use Facebook? And I was like, well, that's a pretty loaded question.
It's where do you go from that? We need to take a step back, okay? Because the order of thinking must be, we must start up the top. Now, environment means what we're shooting for. It's the bus.
Yes.
It's the bus. Your business is a bus. Your life is a bus.
Yeah.
How is that bus going to ride?
Right.
Is it going to have hookers at the back or nuns at the front?
Right.
Or is it going to have both?
Right.
Or none of that at all?
Right.
Is it playing rock music? Is it playing Flow Rider, Bliss Esso, or Ellie Goulding?
Right.
What's it playing?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Does it have avocado and hummus?
Yeah.
Or does it have deep fried calamari with chili sticks?
Right. This is like us learning, getting at a really deep level about, in terms of the business example, who you are, what you do, who you're trying to talk to, what you want to talk about. Tell me about you as a company before we even talk about who you're trying to get to. And people always miss that. People always want to go for the very tactical, the implement, the I need this, So just give me that result. It's like, okay, cool. Let's just go back above the line
We just
for a
need to
minute.
start up the top. Or even worse, Matt Kelly, they're starting even lower in their thinking.
Yeah.
They come in and they're talking about people and they'll say things like, so how many social media managers should I put on my staff?
Yeah.
It's like, well, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Like the thinking's down here. We need to start up the top.
Yeah.
Or they're saying something like, I can't find enough staff. I can't find the right staff. Do you know how hard it is to find staff? They're saying things like that. Or they're saying, you know, Jenny, she don't do her work.
Yeah.
Yeah? Or,
Yeah, we've heard that one, right? Oh, they're not being productive. Oh, the team's disruptive to each other. They're being loud.
how do I motivate the team to do what we want to do?
Yeah. The funniest thing is when see, like, we hear about companies who would like try to solve that problem, right? It's like, that team's not very motivated right now. You know what we should do? Let's get some bowls of lollies, some sweets, and we'll put them around the office, and everyone will be happy.
Yeah.
It's like, and then they walk back to their desk, and they're like,
here are your sweets.
yeah,
Have your sweets.
right, and then you'll be happy, right?
And then everyone gets this sugar high.
Yeah, and guess what? And the person goes back, like, it's like, improve employee morale, tick. And guess what? Does that solve the problem? No.
Because what happens tomorrow?
Right, the same or worse.
So then what happens is they come in and they're like, I know what's going to fix this. 2 bags of lollies.
Yeah,
And then they
yeah,
give 2 bags, and then they get the high, and then the next day it crashes again, and then they're like, I know what, this time 2 bags of lollies, and I'm going to get guarana and shove it in a syringe and pump them up with the guarana.
Right. And it turns into this never-ending spiral of...
Until they crash.
Right. Let's just throw things at the team and see. That'll just like keep them going. Guess what? That's not scalable. It's not sustainable. You can't keep doing that.
See, you can obtain what you need from your staff and from your life that way, but not sustainably.
That's exactly it.
The crash is coming.
Yeah, Band-Aid solution, right? I'm just going to tack this, I'm going to gaffer tape the wall. But guess what? You can gaffer tape the wall right now and the crack will disappear, but the foundations that are all crumbling away, they're gone.
That's right. And that's why this model is so critical and important to the inspirational leader because it builds the foundation from which all success comes, right? It builds the foundation for when crisis hits, what's going to happen. Yeah. Where we need to start is we need to start above the line.
Yeah.
Right? We need to start at the very top. We need to start by creating the environment for success.
Right.
There's a number of different elements to this, okay? What we're talking about is a values-based culture. We're talking about the Zappos who has the 10 points of culture at Zappos, right? This is how we ride. We're talking about the LOP, the 5 points of culture. This is how we ride.
Yeah.
Yeah? We're talking about standards, expectations, the vision for where the bus is going.
Yeah, and guess what? As someone, even on a very tactical marketing perspective, when someone says to me, "Oh, Matt, well, okay, we're going to talk about environment. Well, this is who we are, and this is what we do, and this is how our employees interact with each other." Already, the creativity in my mind is going, right, okay, so there's some good stories there that need to be told. There's some good stories there. Oh, wait, and your customer is who? Oh, that's who your customer is. Oh, so in my head, I'm like, at a deeper level, right, so now I'm starting to map out the journeys to reach the right people. It changes the game.
Absolutely. Because up the top here, we're focusing on experience.
Yeah.
We're focusing not only experience for your staff and for yourself in your own life, but the experience for the people that you come into contact with, right? If we didn't create an experience here, now, in this podcast, would people come back? I don't know.
Well, I don't know.
Well, we could just like totally be normal and boring, and right now we could do that, and that would create a different experience.
It would.
But that would totally change who digs what we're doing.
It would change that. Yeah.
But we're pretty clear. This is how we roll.
Right.
You know, add value, give a shit.
Yeah.
You know, all the points of culture.
Yeah.
If you dig that, you will opt in.
Right.
And that's where the most successful companies are coming from. Zappos, you heard the story of the guy that called Zappos customer service line. And he was like in Santa Monica in California.
Right.
And he's like, you know, the head office is in Vegas or something.
Yes.
And he's like, I'm in Santa Monica. I need to order a pizza. Can you help me do that? And he's like, sir, are you aware that we sell shoes on the internet?
Yeah.
And they hooked him up with a pizza. That's created a story that's coming from a culture of giving an experience.
Right.
You need to give them something that they will never forget.
Right. There's the add value right there.
Because you're meeting all their needs.
Yeah.
You're meeting their need for significance, contribution, connection. What people want more than anything is to belong.
Yeah.
They want to know that they're important and that they belong to something. If you can give them that, they will stand by you forever. How many people have emailed us and said, I remember we did this survey of the LOP lounge,
Yeah.
and I said to them, I was like, you know, we do some long episodes. Do you guys like listen to bits of it, like every minute? The number of people that said they listened to every minute of the LOP,
Yeah.
I was astonished, man.
Right.
But it's 'cause we're doing these things.
Yeah.
Like people are actually engaging and they care because we care. So it's got to be a values-based culture.
Yeah.
That's got to be the starting point.
Absolutely. And it's about knowing that as well, and having clarity on that. So it's like, right now in my organisation, stuff happens, and I see some of it, and some of it I don't. But the culture is what like funnels through all of it, and the way in which every employee acts when you know a spanner gets thrown at them, all comes back to the culture. So when you know what that is, that's power.
Exactly, because you guys know, like one of the big culture points in your business is hustle.
Right.
Hustle. It's everywhere.
Yeah.
Almost every single post is hashtag hustle.
That's true.
You know that even if you're out of the office, they're going to be hustling.
Totally.
That's what we want. That's where we want to go, because once you get all that clear up here in the environment, then you know what system to put in, what structure to put in.
These are the tools that you need to be leveraging to actually implement that, to get it rolling, get it happening.
Exactly. Someone comes to you, Matt Kelly, and says, hey, I want to target 10 to 13-year-olds, girls.
Yep.
Are you going to send them on a marketing campaign on LinkedIn?
Probably not.
It's not the right structure. It's not the right system.
It's not the right tool, okay, under the structure section to actually implement.
And that's the beauty of this model, is it gives you, once you establish where you're going, then you can work out where the gaps are.
Yeah.
Am I missing a sales structure, right? Am I missing a follow-up structure? How do I follow up my leads?
Right.
Am I missing a lead gen
Yeah.
structure? Could I add in more lead gen? Could I optimize my lead gen?
Yeah, right.
Right? Where am I going? Am I even going in the right place?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And then what am I doing? Is what I'm doing actually adding value and taking me
Yeah.
on the bus to where I want to go?
Yeah.
This is the model that solves all problems, mate.
The cool thing about this model, it's like it's not about business. It's not about like people. It's about everything. Individually everything. The same model applies.
Think about your life. If you want to change your health and you want to become super fit, one of our good friends who's in the lounge.
Yeah.
Ben Reeves. He's just got himself into CrossFit
Yep.
and training like a beast.
Yes.
He created a vision for himself of what he wanted to be with his fitness. That was his environment.
Yeah.
His culture and his standards were, I will go 4 times a week and that is minimum.
Yes.
No exceptions.
Yes.
Right? That was the standard that
Yeah.
he held himself
Yeah.
to. From there, he knew the structure. Right, I'm going 4 evenings a week at 6 p.m.
Yeah.
And then he implemented this. That gave him the structure, and then it was clear what to do.
Yeah.
Attend CrossFit gym at 6 p.m.
Right. Make sure I'm free on these particular times to be there.
And
make sure I have transport there.
That's right. And then which people are required? Well, myself, obviously.
Yep.
CrossFit instructors.
Yes.
It fits into everything.
It actually really does apply. So this is actually cool. So when you're like facing the way I see this is like when you're facing a challenge in your life, when you know there's something's not quite right, it could be in the business, amongst your business, your team, your family structure, could be anything. The first thing is to look at the high level, okay, and look at that above the line, right, the environment, the structure, and then go below and go, well, where's this gone wrong then? Has it gone wrong in the implementation? Is that where this isn't right? Make sure the people are aligned with the same thoughts. It's cool. I love it.
Quite simply, it's gap analysis.
Yeah.
What do you want? Where are you going? Where are the gaps?
Yeah.
Okay, you got a gap there, you got a gap there. That's great, but you got a gap there too. You got a gap there, great.
Yeah.
And then it's like, okay, let's just plug that in.
Yeah.
Plug that in there, plug that in there, plug that in there.
Yeah.
Because I think what this creates is when you realise, the stuff going on in my life is just a gap.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean like you're a bottomless pit and you're a bad person.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Once people get that, it's like there's a sense of release there. And I think that's a fantastic thing for all people to realise now.
Yeah, totally.
Matt the freaking Kelly.
Cool, man.
We're rocking it out.
Let's keep rolling.
ESIP, the structure for inspirational leadership. All right.
I love it.
Because at the end of the day, what this is about is we want you to be an inspirational leader in your community. If you're passionate and creative and intelligent, then you're already there. Because at the end of the day, what you'll get is time freedom, money freedom, and attachment to a cause that's greater than you.
Right.
And tell me you're not fulfilled if you're doing all those things.
That is the height of value-adding power.
That's what we're here to do. And
love it.
that's the community that we're building now. It's all, what do you mean? Well, it's there.
The community's already been built.
The community is built. It's just now it's getting...
Now it's game time.
Now it's game time.
Yeah, now it's like, so we won the Super Bowl already. Now we're going for like, what's the global domination plan?
The World Bowl.
Right, exactly. That's what we're running at now. It's exciting.
Well, you've got a passive income pen, so
That's right.
you're writing your own checks.
That's exactly it. I love it.
That's fantastic. All right. I think it might be time for quick tips.
I feel like it's about time for quick tips. Shall I go first?
Go for it.
Okay, so those of you who've seen us do quick tips before, you know that it could be anything from a movie that you need to watch to a YouTube video to a song to listen to. It could be a piece of software that we love or a tool that we use. It could be any number of those things. Today, mine's more of a thought, and it's more of a thought because it's been plaguing my mind a little bit lately, and it's something that I actually feel very strongly about. My quick tip today is start today. So don't start tomorrow. Don't start the next day, right? Don't put it off for another week because you've got more time in a week, right? If you know what you're working towards, and I especially apply this to business because it's so true. It's so easy to be like, oh yeah, I'm stressed and busy, so I'll do that later. It's so easy to be like, oh, that blog article I've got to write, I'll start tomorrow. Guess what? Pull out your iPhone and start making some notes about it tonight, now. Because that incremental update will result in disruptive impact later. And for me, it's so easy to make an excuse as to why I'm not going to do it now.
You're hitting on the warrior spirit there.
Yeah.
The warrior puts the worries to the side and goes, you know what? This way.
Yeah.
Now. And that's it.
Yeah. And that's what's most important here. It's not about like doing too much. It's about doing the most important thing that I need to do right now. And if I know that's go and outsource a website, okay, what can I do today? Well, I can go and find the theme. I can choose WordPress because I know that's what I'm going to use. I can go on Elance, get someone to install it. It can be live tomorrow. Not starting tomorrow. It can be live tomorrow. And that's why I believe in starting today. So just do it. Start it now. Go.
Get something out. Get something. I love it.
Just anything. That much is better than like not touching it and leaving it. So just start now.
It's like, how do you run an ultra marathon? Put one foot in front of the other and keep moving.
Yeah.
And if you fall over, just take one more step.
Yeah. What's beach handball? Oh, I want to play beach handball. Okay, I'm now playing beach handball because I picked up a handball and I threw the ball.
That's right. And this brings us into my quick tip for today, which is, it's also a thought. It's not a thing until you say it's a thing.
Philosophical.
Think about that for a minute. It's not a thing until you say it's a thing, right? When I was 18 years old, I didn't know that beach handball existed.
Right.
I didn't know it was a thing until I went looking for the thing. And then I found the thing.
Right.
And then I played for Australia, went to the World Champs. We had Redlands Beach Handball.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
Yada, yada, yada.
Yeah.
It's not a thing until you say it's a thing. The iPhone wasn't a thing until Steve Jobs goes, hey guys, this is a thing.
Yeah.
People didn't know they wanted it until they saw it.
Yeah.
But it was only because Steve Jobs took action to get it out there that they knew it was a thing.
Yeah.
Matt Kelly, you yourself, you weren't a runner until you proclaimed yourself a runner.
Right. I just started running.
And went out and ran 14 kilometres in an evening.
Right.
It wasn't... Did you know, I found out this week, get this, there are the Queensland, that's the province that we live in, the state, there are Queensland Smoothie Championships.
For making smoothies.
For making smoothies.
Right.
Like kale smoothies,
right.
Banana and guava and
sure, sounds good.
Agave and...
Okay.
It's a smoothie championship. I didn't know that was a thing until I went looking for the thing.
Right.
So my question to you is, what's the thing that is on the edge of your periphery that you need to just take one step in a direction in order to see, and then once you see it, it will change your whole freaking life?
Oh, I love it. It's like, what's the thing you've almost, like, you've seen the edge of it.
Yeah.
You don't know how far it goes, right?
Yeah.
It's like I can see in the distance right now, but I don't know what's on the other side of Morton Island, right? I don't know what's on the other side of that island. So that's interesting, right?
But we wouldn't know until we take steps to go over
Dude,
there.
I love it. That's cool.
It's not there until you say it's there, and it's not there until you look for it. It's not a thing until you pronounce it a thing. Ponder that. That's a Shiraz moment.
Oh, I like it.
That's heavier than tea, Matt Kelly.
Extend your peripherals. Oh, dude, that's cool. It's awesome.
Cool. Awesome. All right. Let's wrap this up.
Let's do it.
We want to tell you about Patreon.
Yes.
Okay. Patreon is the platform that is making all of this possible. That is making this movement, this global movement, possible to go right directly to you. So what we want you to do, guys, is if you've dug what we're about, if you like the way we ride, if you like my beard, if you think Matt Kelly's Off the Wall t-shirt is cool, if you like the messages that we've shared, if you want to be a part of this and be a part of the community that's already going places, right? People in our community, Matt Kelly, you know, what about Austin Girow, who picked up he was in a tough place in his life, picked up $3.5 grand worth of, he's 19 years old, by the way, in the space of 30 minutes, picks up $3.5 grand worth of work out of the hole.
Yeah.
Man,
yeah.
That's what happened in our community.
We had someone just leave their job in a day and go and study to become a scuba instructor because they always wanted to do it. We had a guy move right across the USA, right? Drop everything and move because he knew he had to do that. And these are lives being changed. And and we have to see more of that.
That's it. If you want to be a part of a community of people that are serious about their success, not terminally serious.
No. They just know they want it.
They just know they want it. And if they like to ride the way we ride, we want you part of our community. So the way to do that, right? If you just want to be a supporter of the show, I think it's like a $1 or something an episode. You can just jump on the link below and jump on, and that. If you've liked it, there's the energy exchange. We've given you're supporting us to get this out to the world. If you want to take it a step further and get involved with our community and be a part of this magic, right? Where people are connecting all around the world, making global friends, bringing global alliances, making money,
Yeah.
having experiences
Yeah.
together, going skiing and getting coconut water.
Yeah.
If you want to be a part of that,
We'll probably come hang out at your house.
shit, it's a possibility,
Yeah,
Matt Kelly.
it's
Like,
happened
it's
before.
happened before.
Many times,
right?
yeah.
If you want to be a part of that, I think the level at the moment it's $5
Yeah.
to get in.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can jump on the link below, get in $5. You'll be in our community, and dude, there's some epic stuff planned for this community. We're having like
It's just cool. It's just exciting.
we've got like Fun Friday and like
just-
Teach Tuesday.
You wait
and,
just wait and see. We've got some cool stuff. But what's most important to me here is,
Yeah.
like, you said it perfectly when you said it's the energy exchange, right?
Yeah.
It's the, like, I believe in what you guys are doing and you add value and I want to see more of that happen. It's your investment in the future of the planet, in the future of the human race. That's what this is. And that's why I'm excited about it. Because that's what, it's so meaningful to
That's
me.
it.
And I don't want to see this disappear. I don't want to have to stop doing this. And that's why that's why we're here. That's why we're doing this, because like Patreon's made it possible for us. And
That's right.
I'm pumped.
And you know what? Even more so, it's an investment in you. Because
Yeah.
what we're going to provide in these episodes is the tools, strategies, tactics, and techniques for you to be an inspirational leader and create whatever it is that you want. Whether it's a business, right? Whether it's radical changes in your life, whether you want a relationship, you want to get healthy, you want to experience your version of outrageous, whatever that is, we're in your corner. Here's the tools
Yeah.
that we're going to give
Yeah.
to you. Jump on board as a supporter of the show. We would be forever grateful.
Massively. Awesome.
I think that's about it, Matt
Dave
Kelly.
Thompson. Dude,
Rock on.
Dude, what a first episode back. I love it.
Fantastic.
It's been exciting times, Dave. It's been exciting. And
Indeed.
I'm looking forward to hearing from more of you, to seeing more of stuff going on, to getting you guys involved in the Patreon. It's just going to be an epic, epic season.
We didn't decide how to finish this episode.
I think we just have to I think we can go right back. Let's go back to the roots. Let's go back to the
If
roots.
you want a boring life, go sit in a cubicle.
Yeah.
My name's Dave Thompson. That's Matt the Freaking Man Kelly. We'll catch you on the other side.
Peace out, everyone.